First and 10, I formation. That one was right up the middle. That was looked like number 40 for the Mustangs, Brandon Espizo, and that is the end of the third quarter. And welcome back, fans, as we get ready for the fourth and final quarter of what has been an impressive Mustangs game here as they lead 53-7. Mustangs with 5 passing touchdowns as well as 3 rushing touchdowns. So a very impressive performance. On top of that, no turnovers by the Mustangs offense. Meantime, Mustangs defense with 2 forced and recovered fumbles and 1 interception. So an all-around outstanding game by this Mustang squad. Exactly the kind of game they were looking for after the loss last week, or the home opening loss to, of course, Mustangs beat Downey last week, but they lost at Notre Dame, so they were definitely looking for a back-to-back win after a nice run out there by number 44 Otto. That's now followed up by another good run out there by looked like number 34 for the Mustangs. That is Juwan Johnson. Otto, of course, another one of those players for the Mustangs who's gotten into the end zone. Briskin hands off to Otto, and Otto is in the end zone again for the second time tonight. Touchdown, Mustangs. Very impressive physical running style by number 44, Tanner Otto. Meantime, the point after attempt is up high straight, and it is good. That makes the score of this contest 60-7. Good look at the Mustangs offensive line there. Number 66, Michael Roberts, as well as Khalil Sanko, number 51. Surround the big tackles of Joe Anderson and Michael Holliday. Those two players, Anderson and Holliday, arguably give the Mustangs the 2 best tackle combinations, right tackle and left tackle, I think certainly in the Bay League and possibly in SoCal. As those two guys, both, Joe Anderson is senior, Michael Holliday, an impressive junior lineman for the Mustangs. They create quite a few holes for these running backs and really do a great job of giving both quarterbacks, whether that's Briskin or Severa, plenty of time to throw back there. You get 5 touchdowns in the air. That's not by accident, fans. That's by a stellar offensive line. And then you throw in a guy like Sanko, who I love. Sanko's got great energy, both offensively and defensively for the Mustangs. Really does a great job of inspiring those around him with just his zeal and love for the game. And on top of that, the skill level of Sanko, and that makes for an impressive offensive line for the Mustangs. Of course, fans, you're sitting at home. If you got your laptop, you got your cell phone, your smartphone handy, don't forget to check out highlights of each game at tbrnews.com. That's, of course, the website for the Beach Reporter. tbrnews.com for the highlights of the previous week's game. And if you want to catch the full game in its entirety, you can log on to CostaFootball.com. In addition to that, if you are on Facebook, you can find us at Mira Costa High School Football Players. And as some of you have already found out, we are now on Twitter and tweeting like crazy out there. I am personally getting a lot of my insider intake hearing from the voice first. Of course, that is @ Costa Football. Again, that's Costa Football as our Twitter handle there. Each week I will give my insight throughout the week as we talk about a wrap-up of the week behind, as well as a look ahead at the coming up game. My analysis of this Mustang squad, as well as shout-outs to former Mustang players, and keeping you up to date in general to the happenings of the Mira Costa campus as far as athletics go. So no matter where you're at, you can find and stay connected to the Mustangs football program. As we get closer and closer towards the end of this contest, don't forget, fans, stay tuned. After this game, I will send it down to the sideline reporter, Jerry Sadowski, who will bring you on-field interviews as well as catching up with the offensive and defensive line coach, Sean Finnerty. Quick segment with Coach Finn coming up post-game. So once this game ends, I will send it down to Jeremy. Stay tuned for that. Meantime, South going for the end zone, lobs it up, and that is an interception. The second interception of the night, and that is a final. Mustangs win 60-7. Thanks for tuning in, fans. Mustangs take on Loyola next week. Meantime, let's go down to Jeremy and see what's going on the sidelines. Meantime, don't forget, check out each week's highlights at tbrnews.com. That's the Beach Reporter's website for each week's highlights. And find us on Twitter and Facebook, Costa Football on Twitter, and Mira Costa Mustangs Football Players on Facebook.